evening, ladies and gentlemen. Harlequin here, and welcome to another episode of HarlequinCasts, Company of Heroes. Ooh, almost said Dawn of War 2 there. Been casting a lot of those lately, actually, but it's time for more Company of Heroes. And remember, if I cast a game other than the one that you watch, I'll get back to casting the other one sooner or later. I love all of my Relic children, the games, I mean, not you guys. But anyhow, not sure what that means. So today, got some awesome email from a wonderful fan named London Smee, aka Smee, who sent me. Now, okay, a long time ago, somebody asked me when I was doing Company of Heroes Online. They said, if you could have any unit in the game, what would it be? And I said, well, I guess a video commentator would have to be, you know, someone who watches the battle from afar in a Jeep or something like that, like a battle reporter or something. And he went ahead and sent me the most glorious photographs of a diorama he made. And I would like to present to you, ladies and gentlemen, the Harlequin Video Commentator Recon Jeep. And it just has some phenomenal details. I really enjoyed these pictures. London Smee is a fantastic individual. As you can see, presumably that's me sitting on the bench right there. The maps in my hands are all mini-maps from Company of Heroes. You can see I'm watching the battle. I've got the Harlequin Jeep, all of the little road signs above me. You can see here a nice little profile view. Look at that. Those digits look familiar. I believe that is Pi, the serial number on the Jeep right there. You can see a little Terrence O'Brien on the side as well as a tombstone that says our Company of Heroes. You can see on the side view of this Jeep here, you've got some nice little Harlequin stickers, you know, like Harlequin, you know, checker patterns and whatnot. Pretty awesome indeed there. The rear view, you can see the bumper sticker says Company of Heroes, 3rd of March, may it rest in peace. Arbor side as well as on the tree there. I don't believe I coined that term, but I certainly used it a lot. Maybe I coined it. Who knows, but rest in peace, dead tree there. And some nice little brilliant views of all the little signs that show the different maps and whatnot up there. And again, a close-up, yes, CoH, rest in peace. And then, of course, just another view of the Jeep. And again, other than all the little Harlequin-specific details, it's really awesome to notice just like the mud under the wheel wells and the mud on the windshield. Just so many details. You guys, I'm going to go there right after I finish recording this, but go, London Smee put this on the ARC forums, which is where he does a lot of his modeling and that sort of thing. I'm going to go make an account and log in and just tell him how awesome it is. And I suggest all of you who enjoy this stuff, go check out the link I'm going to put in this video, make an account there, and just post a congratulations, because he did a fantastic job. Anyhow, let's go ahead and get this game started here today and take a look around and see all these gentlemen. Let me put my taskbar back on. There we go. All right, so today's game is going to be a big fat 2 versus 2 game. The map is going to be Wolfheze, which is a little Dutch town, I believe. In fact, it was really nice, actually, the Wikipedia entry for Wolfheze, other than mentioning the fact where it is and all that, it even says there's a Company of Heroes map based on it because there was a lot of World War II fighting here. So, playing today as the allies, we have Mr. Da Real Slim Shady and his ally today as also, they're both United States, obviously, both USA, is going to be Mr. Super Silver Reloaded. Their opponents on the other side of the map, I'll go ahead and change right now to Mr. Epiphany, who's going to be playing today as the Wehrmacht, and his ally is going to be Mr. Dahl SSDK. Dahl's SDK or Dahl's SSDK. I'm not sure, one or the other. Playing as the Panzer Elite. So WSA versus Panzer Elite Wehrmacht. Should be a fun time. This map is pretty interesting if you look at the mini-map. In fact, don't even look at the mini-map. I'll show you the mini-map. There we go. You can see here we've got the one victory point in the center, victory point on the bottom, victory point on the right-hand side. Very isolated victory points. Each team will predominantly control those victory points, which forces all the fighting to happen in the middle. There's a ton of fuel distributed all around here. Only 2 strategic points, honestly, you can see right here in the center. And everything else, everybody gets a free high munitions point, and that's about it. Otherwise, the fighting is kind of all throughout here. So I'm going to focus here in the middle at first, because honestly, for this map, this area right here is the most important part to control. You can see there's 2 trains. And by the way, that is historically accurate. This town did have a train station. It was a relay between major cities. The train station is where all the fighting is going to happen. You can see already. Looks like Mr. Epiphany is going support, whereas Dahl SSDK is going for just tons and tons and tons of Panzer Grenadiers, as he should be. And the Schwimmwagen is just kind of, you know, he's just having a cup of coffee. He's starting his day off the right way and just going to kind of watch the battle. But honestly, these guys have got some good cover. The heavy machine gun team is moving up. These poor riflemen are just kind of packed into this little corner right now. They're just going to have to retreat. And got to get out of there. That is really cutting it close. Unlucky shot there, could have ended that gentleman. And as you can see, it looks like the engineers on this side of the map, however, did the right move. They occupied the train station, just kind of stalling away for a little bit there. And yeah, we're able to hold on for a little bit. Again, notice I'm going to take a close view down here at this bottom victory point. As you can see, lots of little buildings, nooks and crannies. Really easy to defend for the most part if you need to. But honestly, all the fighting is always going to happen right along this central divide here. As you can see, everybody's staking their claims in their territory here. Fuel going on this side. The riflemen sneaking over to the other half of the map, actually. And just to get a similar view of this northern victory point, a little bit less campy, but again, it does have a bunch of buildings right near it. Rifleman doing a pretty good job, and as you can see, being the good little German he is, the Mr. Epiphany has got his heavy machine gun team right in this building here, and that is exactly where you want it if you're on that side of the map. This building is fine as well. And it looks like the riflemen tried to, in a daring maneuver, to come out and try and put some pressure on this point, but that was never going to happen. They got mowed down instantly by MG42 fire, and they're going to have to back away for the time being. Anyhow, the riflemen on this side of the map here doing their thing, but having to retreat once again. Captures happening all over the place. You can see the Schwimmwagen here being nice and aggressive. Capturing this fuel point, as you can see, super awesome because it does split this territory and have isolating that heavy munitions point down there. Hi, munitions point. You know what I mean. Hello, munitions point. How are you doing? Anyhow, I'm in a goofy mood, by the way. Super secret. I recorded this video once already, went an entire hour all the way through, no audio. So I'm doing it again, back to back. I don't care. That's how I roll, man. I have infinite strength vocal cords. I've been leveling these babies for months now. So I can do 2 hours back to back. So anyhow, this is the kind of skirmishing you should expect all the time. As you can see, just the predominance of having this much Panzer Grenadiers out there, really tough strategy to beat using only riflemen. And just taking a look around, you will see that it looks like the real Slim Shady has got up his supply. I think it's funny that I pronounce the duh in that. I don't just say the real Slim Shady. I think that's my Dawn of War 2 background. Because the orcs always have some very poorly spelled abilities, and I force myself to pronounce them incorrectly as they are spelled. I know all the Dawn of War 2 players out there just perked up like, oh, he mentioned us, woohoo! Anyhow, so, as you can see, stall tactics are aplenty as the riflemen are just kind of holding on to this train station here. As you can see, some of these Panzer Grenadiers have been upgraded with the rifles just to give them a little boost in range. But for the most part, they're just kind of stalling out here. MG42 is really the only problem right now. That's the big guy to look out for there. As we can see, oh, this is beautiful. I love this stuff down here. So you can see the Pioneers, by the way, setting up the barbed wire, cutting this whole area off. He knows that he has his machine guns distributed across there. As I said, Epiphany is going all support. So he has the triple MG. Wow, triple MG42s on the field right now. That is a serious dedication to it. And a sniper out there. Where's that sniper? Oh, yes. That sniper is exactly where he needs to be. Look at that. That's beautiful, ladies and gentlemen. He has free reign over all this. But there's a beautiful looking flank happening right now. Normally, I'd say the sniper is awesome here because he can fire upon suppressed gentlemen. But look at that flank. Really well done by Super Silver Reloaded. However, even getting the Schwimmwagen in there. Now, remember, Schwimmwagens don't have any weapons, but they can certainly shove units around. It does occupy space. And honestly, that was enough to just kind of give him a little bit of a safety net there. You can see the MG42 and Sniper are turning their attention back to the last remaining squad, and they are going to be able to hold off that entire push there in the middle. That was pretty brutal. The riflemen, in the meantime, are kind of poking around here. They know that this is the place to be. As I was pointing out before, the normal vector for attack for a flank, or a good vector to attack, is to come down this side of the road here. And as you can see, mines and MG42 already waiting there. The Axis clearly are familiar with that strategy and are ready and waiting for it. Now notice the double medics right here, both of them with the gentleman over their shoulders right now, doing the old fireman's carry there, bringing these guys back. That medic station is not something to underestimate here, and I think the Allies should get a lot of credit for putting that up this early and putting it up this close. In the corner of his base, it's very well defended. However, all the fighting is going to happen just a few feet away from it. Well, a few hundred feet. A few feet in game space. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Anyhow, so as you can see, that's always the segue, by the way. When you talk yourself into a corner, you've got nothing else to say. Just like jump to a random point in the map and say, as you can see here, we have some riflemen taking cover behind sandbags. Pro caster trick right there. So the Jeep has been put out by the real Slim Shady, obviously as a counter sniper measure. The sniper, however, again, is just beautifully paired up. You should really just view these as one whole entity right now because they're going to move around like that. Later on game, those guys can become separate and go their separate ways and do whatever they want. I'm not sure what's going on down here. Slim Shady appears to have his riflemen just kind of laying in wait. Obviously, They didn't have any luck capturing this field point, obviously, because this guy can do whatever he wants in terms of covering the victory point and covering that. We can see, by the way, that we do have a Krieg barracks up, as well as a Panzer Jaeger commanded. Note, it's interesting he got the logistics company out. That's not an often seen thing. Anyhow, that was able to get his armored car out quickly, and we see the normal split on the Axis side of things, which is to have one guy get some type of vehicle and one guy get some type of anti-vehicle. That is certainly looking fine there. Massive attack coming right now, and as you can see, oh, that was very unfortunate. It looks like these guys in the front were intended to be the bait, and there was a flank coming from the side. However, the flank hit a landmine. Now you can see this Jeep is unfortunately way too in deep. He's trying to reveal this sniper long enough to get a counter snipe off, but he's just getting shot by everybody, including this armored car, and he's just going to go careening away, crashing into what appears to be a Schwimmwagen. The sniper now is starting to take a little bit of heat. Hopefully he can cloak once again. But as you can see, once again, this sniper machine gun combination, just lethal, and these poor gentlemen here are going to have to retreat away. Note, however, the medics continuing to bring men back. That medic station has already pumped out one rifleman squad, so that's certainly a good investment there. And for the time being, the Axis do have pretty good control over the middle here. Note, by the way, that while all of the distraction was going on, they did still have the presence of mind to continue capturing stuff around the map right here, because honestly, Allied control had bled a little bit further than it should have, and you can see already the engineers are investigating, coming up here to see what's going on. Still not sure why these guys are having a little powwow down in the forest here. That could be an accident. Maybe they're waiting to ambush a Schwimmwagen. Aha! Their trap has worked. There's the Schwimmwagen right on time, and they're going to begin taking pot shots at it, and he's going to beep, beep, beep his way out of there. Anyhow, our very first M8 armored car is out on the field right now. Look at this bustling beehive of riflemen, and oh god, everybody out there. It looks like Super Silver Reloaded did go ahead and get the support stuff out there, whereas it looks like the real Slim Shady does have his armored car out here as well. Driving right up into a nice orthogonal position with this with this building here, putting some pressure onto that heavy machine gun team, and going to move on out there. So stuff is looking pretty good here. You can see all these gentlemen are just kind of charging on through here for the time being. And getting ready for a nice solid attack into the center here. He just needs to get rid of that. And oh no! While that M8 Greyhound was moving on to the right-hand side, he did actually end up hitting that mine. So as you can see, the Germans know how to defend that flank. And this is just a mess of troops. Just look at that. Both gentlemen opened here with double barracks. And I'm going to go ahead and jump on down to the real Slim Shady's point of view for a time being here. And you can see now, it looks like the machine gun team was trying to get set up in this building, and everybody is just open firing. One gunner, two gunners. Oh, the whole machine gun team goes down. Now it looks like the armored car is trying its best to keep its distance, but as we do have, it looks like Super Silver Reloaded does have his Browning automatic rifles. This many angry bees just kind of charging at a lightly armored car. Can certainly kill it. And oh no, there goes our anti-tank gun as well. The last remaining poor, sad Pack 38 gunner dies of depression upon the loss of his comrades. Anyhow, Sniper once again paired up here with this heavy machine gun team. That'll do a great job of holding this off for the time being, provided that they can get set up in time. It looks like they're fine. Sniper should begin opening fire once again, and as you can see, the armored car managed to keep his distance very nicely. There goes that sniper once again, and now all of these gentlemen having to retreat. Armored car doing tons of terrible damage all over the place, and the Panzer Grenadiers here taking some pot shots. While all that was going on, the engineers were trying to cap, but no, that's unfortunate. We could see that it looks like the riflemen just continued going. They never stopped. They pushed all the way up here. I think is very greedy. As you can see, they're trying their best to take some, do some damage here to this heavy machine gun team, but they just kept right on going. And unfortunately, what was a fantastic attack here, it looks like this anti-tank gun was able to take out that armored car right there. It looks like a burning Schwimmwagen too. Oh, poor Schwimmwagen. Anyhow, that was really unfortunate though, because honestly, they really drove back the Axis from the middle, but they just kept going and they never stopped to capture any of this stuff. They are just going to barely take on this one fuel point here, but it looked like they only ever half-capped this victory point. So the victory points are tied 1-1. Finally, now the engineers are coming back up, so that's okay. But really, that was just a very aggressive attack in the sense that they were looking to inflict casualties. They weren't even trying to take care of stuff. Again, we have this nice little... I think I referred to this as orthogonal before, which means perpendicular or at right angles. For the mathematicians out there, I hope you appreciated that, but I meant to say, perpendicular. Anyhow, it's a good place to hide because it prevents any sort of line of sight, picking you off with anti-tank guns and whatnot. Anyhow, this M8 from the real Slim Shady is now fully upgraded. Well, sorry, he just has his armor upgraded, rather. He is able to pick off that machine gunner, though, so that's looking good. Putting some damage on this side of the map. You can see the rest of these gentlemen are just kind of hanging out behind the remains of the previous armored car that came out here. Never a good idea to hang out around there.